Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we're going to be talking about Abyssal Essence, but first of all, congratulations for making it through Ravaged Realm. I hope you guys were able to achieve a rank that you're happy with, and hopefully a lot of you out there were even able to make it into the top 100 to get the Abyssal Essence that we're going to be talking about today. But if you didn't, don't worry about it. Honestly, it is only 2.5% stats onto a plus 20 exclusive equipment hero. And over time, you're going to get Twilight Essences to do it the hard way as well. So you don't need this. However, I want to make a video on the priority guide of who you should be giving your Abyssal Essence to if you have gotten this from the Ravaged Realm today. Okay, so we're going to take a look at it right now. In my opinion, the number one hero you should be giving this to, I think Lily May is one of the top options, if not the overall top option out there. Because she, from each bonus attack you give her, it will make her better in PvP, where she is very dominant. I've actually just recorded a video in Arena explaining why it is really important to almost always have Lily May on your defense, or the opponent is able to like crowd control nuke you with like Arden, Almas for example, or sorry, Almas and Iron. So getting her to plus 25 is going to help you in PvP. It is going to help you in Dream Realm to an extent, and she's an all-around solid hero. She still has uses even in Dream Realm, even though she's not the overall top option. So I think she is probably the number one priority I would recommend feeding your Abyssal Essence into and upgrading the exclusive equipment. The other hero which is really important is going to be Freyasto. Now, Freyasto is a hero which is really good for endless bosses. If you can give him the Abyssal Essence, that is going to increase his stats by 2.5%, most importantly his attack. The other thing about Freyasto specifically, he's a tank hero. So if you take a look at the attack that he has from exclusive equipment upgrade, it isn't as high as other heroes. So this 2.5% actually means more to him than another hero. For example, Lily May has around 40% attack at plus 25 exclusive equipment. Freyasto would only have 29%. So basically that is why that 2.5% bonus is a bit more valuable onto Freyasto as compared to Lily May, because he gets less attack in overall in general from his exclusive equipment. But Freyasto, his damage is going to be higher in Dream Realm if you upgrade his exclusive equipment, and he is used in all 8 of the Dream Realm endless bosses. Now the problem is he is also used as Heroic food in a lot of the bosses now, and his damage output is not as important. However, if you give him this exclusive equipment upgrade, his attack stat will be higher. That will give Heroic slightly higher attack when killing the for basically a kill stack when killing the Freyasto. That is one thing. And also Freyasto does deal, sometimes he's the core damage dealer on some endless boss fights, especially when you're using Shakir to buff up the haste of your grouped up team. Freyasto ends up being one of the top damage dealers. So I think Freyasto, in my opinion, would be the number 2 priority. But really, when it comes to this Abyssal Essence, you can choose any from basically the list of 5 or so heroes I'm going to give you and can't really go wrong with it. But Freyasto is one of the top priorities, but he's not good pre-endless for Dream Realm. So, but it will also help you in PvP by upgrading this. Okay, now in my opinion, your number 3 choice, if those two are covered, or if you don't want to go for those, I think it would be Heroic. Heroic is really important to upgrade to plus 25 because he is the prime damage dealer carry for a lot of endless Dream Realm bosses. Even pre-endless, he is a hard-hitting damage dealer, and I'm sure he's going to be used in many of the top team comps because he has insane attack multipliers, just the raw damage. If you upgrade him with his exclusive equipment to plus 25, it will give him a bit more attack stats. That is going to help him for his damage in Dream Realm. So that is a good option. Also for PvP, he is probably going to be good in this season on Supreme Arena if you have him in Hyper G and Celestial buff tiles, or even in Wilder buff tiles. But he's going to need some sort of buff tile effect in order to get his full potential. In regular Arena, he has the issue that he can sometimes get killed early before stacking up, and that is his biggest problem basically. But Heroic is good in PvP, and he is very good in Dream Realm, and it's likely that for like Plague Creeper and this boss, he's probably going to be the top option. Crazy Shell Brute, probably not, but still for like Lone Gaze, we're going to have again this season. We're not going to have the Skyclops and the Necrodraken, which were some of his strong points, but we're going to have some new bosses introduced, which are also he's going to be good at. So Heroic is a good option. If you haven't built, I think he is one of the top options, but probably my 3rd priority in my opinion. Talene as well is really, really good. So Talene is a hero which honestly I thought by now she would have just been power crept out of the meta, but she's kind of not power creepable because she can always revive herself and she actually dispels debuffs off herself when she revives. That is a very strong effect, especially now that Bonnie is becoming the meta in PvP. Talene counters Bonnie quite hard, and also Talene deals a lot of damage even for pre-endless Dream Realm bosses. She's still a top tier damage dealer. She has a really good charm effect in the upcoming season. Thankfully they improved the charms that she has, the charm bonus, and she is also going to be good in, to an extent, in endless bosses. Not the top tier, like even right now in Waves of Intrigue season, she isn't in any of the top teams for endless bosses. Maybe something will change about that in the upcoming season. However, she can be used in sometimes second or third best team. So Talene is still a good hero overall, even for endless bosses. For pre-endless is really where she shines though, and for PvP she is very, very solid in PvP because she can keep reviving herself. You can kind of fit her into any team. She's really strong. So upgrading her to plus 25 to get the bonus attack is going to be really important for her as well. Okay, so those are the 4, in my opinion, big heroes you would want to upgrade. Then it comes down to what else are heroes are you upgrading, which heroes are you using in PvP and things like that. So Odie can be an option, especially if you are a more budget player and maybe you already have Lily May maxed, maybe you have Fiestro maxed, you don't have any other Hyper-G and Celestial built, and you're deciding, okay, who should I go for next? Odie to plus 25 is always going to be pretty useful for pre-endless bosses. He's good to execute the enemy boss. For AFK stages, he's useful in Mauler teams, and also for PvP, he's very good. This season, probably weaker, like in the upcoming Season 3 Chains of Eternity, because Mauler buff tiles are overall weaker. They don't have that invincibility or immune to fatal damage effect. However, he's still going to probably be seeing some use in PvP. So upgrading him to plus 25 will not be a bad idea. It will give him bonus stats. That is going to cause his poison damage to tick, like a bit higher poison damage every second. And the other thing about Odie is, as you can see here, when you have a higher attack amount, then the base damage dealt by Dart Poison per second is going to be higher, and so the execution threshold is going to be at a higher HP of the opponent, and so you will execute them a little bit faster. But again, this is a minor boost, only 2.5% attack. However, I think Odie is a good target for it. In my opinion, I would probably from this point decide to go for some Dream Realm heroes. For example, Smokey. Upgrading Smokey to plus 25 is going to increase his attack and increase his damage per second. HP per second damage, and that is helpful in a lot of Dream Realm bosses. Smokey's damage output is pretty high for them, for these endless bosses, and this is going to boost his damage further. Even Ludovic is an option, because both Smokey and Ludovic, they deal high HP per second damage for Dream Realm bosses. This boost is going to help them, and they're one of the hardest hitting damage dealer contributors for endless Dream Realm bosses. If you want to go for a more PvP approach, you can go for something like Diurnal, for example. He is your hyper carry for many different comps. You can even go for Bonnie. Bonnie deals damage per second, and her damage is really high and through the roof. Now, this is only, of course, if you have taken her up to plus 15, then you can take her to plus 25. However, you do not need to take her this far. Like, it is not needed. Like, for most people, plus 10 is more than enough. But if you just want to max out the damage potential of her, upgrading her to plus 25 for PvP is going to be pretty strong as well. So basically, these are the different ideas I have for who to give your Abyssal Essence to. It will come down to, do you want to focus more on Dream Realm or PvP? But before even thinking about that, I think the top 3 or even 4 that I mentioned are going to be Lily May, Fiestro, Harak, probably Talene, if you have them, and then Odie maybe as the 5th number. And then after that, you can decide, do you want the Dream Realm heroes, do you want the PvP heroes, and decide from there. Sonya is also not a bad option for Dream Realm. Her damage output is not bad. However, it is only improving her damage. It's not improving her buff amount by upgrading her exclusive recruitment plus 25, so it's not as important. Tassi, if you use her a lot in PvP, she's your solo carry. Basically, any hero who is your carry for PvP comps and you use a lot, that would be one of my top priorities with plus 25. Or who deals the most overall damage, like Bonnie, who deals insane amount of damage if she can get going and stacking debuffs onto the enemies, which is the whole team comp which would be built around Bonnie. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for this video. You can share your thoughts on who you're going to be upgrading to plus 25 exclusive equipment with the Abyssal Essence, and you can let me know your advice as well in the comment section. And if you want to ask me any questions or talk to me more, you can join my AFK Journey Discord channel. There will be a link to that in the description of this video and all of my videos, and it's also on my channel homepage. But thanks for watching, guys. That is going to be it for this video. I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.